Good morning and welcome to A Long Obedience in the Same Direction. Our goal throughout this series has been to present some interviews of people that have known the Lord a long time and try to zero in on what it has taken for them to sustain their Christian walk over the long haul. Today, Greg Christiansen has consented to be interviewed for our Long Obedience series, and we appreciate Greg's graciousness. Greg and his family have been a part of our church for 19 years, and they've known the Lord longer than that. Greg's a deacon here at FBC, teaches one of our adult Bible classes. And so Greg, thank you. You've known the Lord a long time. How long has it been for you to be saved?
My wife and I were both saved at the same time. It was in 1983, the year we were married, 33 years ago.
33 years. What a great run to be able to say, I've known the Lord for 33 years. What has it been for you to sustain you throughout that time? What's kept you going as a Christian?
Well, part of that is teaching class. When I teach a class, I kind of have to live it. It has to be original. It has to be something I've learned first, the Lord's taught me. And so teaching class, it makes me study, makes me pray. When I wake up in the morning, I know that I'm going to be spending time studying for that class.
Well, I like that the growth you hope happens in the people in the class really starts with you, and that a key to your spiritual growth has been teaching, because you've had to grow. That's really cool. No doubt you've had some struggles and challenges along the way where maybe you're tempted to lose a little bit of intensity with regard to your faith. How have you pulled out of those times?
Yeah, I can remember a time when I wasn't teaching and we didn't have adult Bible school. And it was very difficult to get motivated. It shouldn't be, but that was a tough time. And also there's something else at that time. I didn't go on any mission trips there for a few years. And I didn't realize it at the time, but later on I examined and that was going on at the same time. And so now, I sign up every year.
Wow.
And I'm afraid not to go. I'd like to say, yeah, I go to help the missionary and I go to see people saved. And if that happens, I'm ecstatic. But I go because what it does to me, and it's the fellowship with the people you're going with, and that's helped me.
Oh, that's neat to think about it, and that actually played a role in pulling you out of a bit of a spiritual funk. The camaraderie of the team, the energy drawn from the difference making, the exposure to God's work in other places around the world. That He's hard. God's very busy in a lot of hard places. Man, is that interesting. I like that. And lots for all of us to learn there for sure. Hey, one last question. Sustaining your faith for a long obedience. It's been 33 years, and I want us all to die strong and faithful for God. How do you anticipate sustaining your long obedience for years to come?
Well, I signed up to teach just as soon as Caleb he's got an opening. I signed up for the next mission trip. And I'd like to see other people gain that. I'd like to see my family go on more mission trips, my friends, just because of what it's done to me. I don't know. I just don't see myself ever not doing those things. But there might come a time when I'd have to.
Sure, that's great. Think back to your days in the funk and what brought you out of that, and that sort of compels you to continue on with those. Well, thank you, Greg. A couple of things to wrap up. One, he talked about teaching, giving out beyond himself is a lot of what sustains him, because he's taking in and giving out, taking in and giving out, not getting to be a stale pond. And then also the mission trip opportunities are energizing. Their exposure to God's work in bigger places, other places, a bigger world, and lots to learn. Thank you very much. Now back to the service.